Indonesia, with its vast sea area and rich marine resources, is one of the world's leading countries in the fishing industry. Among the popular fishing methods, longline fishing has become a major technique used to catch large fish species such as swordfish and tuna. This method not only brings high economic value but also contributes to maintaining marine resources through sustainable conservation measures. The fishing industry in Indonesia plays an important role in the national economy, with millions of fishermen engaged in fishing activities across the sea. Indonesia is strategically located in Southeast Asia, with a vast marine system stretching from the Indian Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, creating favorable conditions for the strong development of the fishing industry. With more than 17,000 islands and an exclusive economic zone, EEZ, of more than 6.1 million square kilometers, Indonesia has one of the most biodiverse marine environments in the world. This is an ideal habitat for many large fish species, including swordfish and tuna, both of which are highly valued in the international market. Sea areas such as the Banda Sea, the Flores Sea, and the waters around the Maluku Islands are key areas for longline fishing for tuna and swordfish. Longline is a fishing system that consists of a long main line to which hundreds to thousands of small hooks are attached.
Blanquea ya.
Una espada.
The main line is usually several kilometers long to tens of kilometers long, depending on the size of the fishing vessel and the scale of the operation. The hooks are attached about 40 to 60 meters apart, with buoys to keep the line in the appropriate position in the water. On each hook, fishermen will attach bait, usually small fish or squid, to attract large fish such as swordfish and tuna. Longline fishing usually starts at night, when swordfish and tuna rise to the surface to hunt. Fishing boats will drop longlines into the sea at predetermined locations, based on experience and modern fish finning equipment. After the lines are dropped, fishermen will wait for several hours for fish to bite. The lines will then be pulled up using the boat's reeling system. This process can take several hours, depending on the number of fish caught. Swordfish, Xiphias gladius, and yellowfin tuna, Thunus albicans, are the two main species targeted in longline fishing in Indonesia. Both species have high economic value, exported to international markets such as Japan, the United States and Europe. Swordfish is prized for its delicious, low-fat meat, while yellowfin tuna is known for its distinctive red meat, which is suitable for sashimi and sushi. Longline fishing is an efficient method that allows fishermen to catch large quantities of fish in one trip. This is especially important for high-value species such as swordfish and tuna. In addition, this method also reduces labor costs, as fewer fishermen are required to directly pull the line and harvest the fish. In addition, swordfish and tuna products also bring significant foreign exchange earnings to Indonesia through exports. Despite its economic benefits, longline fishing also poses challenges in terms of marine resource conservation. One of the biggest problems is the phenomenon of bycatch, which is the accidental capture of unwanted species such as sea turtles, sharks, and juvenile fish that are not yet ready for fishing. These species are often caught on fishing hooks and do not survive after being released back into the sea. To mitigate this impact, many conservation programs have been implemented, including the use of special hooks that can avoid catching turtles and sharks. The Indonesian government and international organizations have worked together to develop measures to protect the environment and ensure the sustainability of the fishing industry. Initiatives include limiting the number of hooks used, fishing hours, and no fishing zones in certain key areas. In addition, fishermen are encouraged to use satellite tracking devices to monitor fishing activities and reduce the risk of overfishing. Indonesia faces many challenges in maintaining its marine resources and developing its fisheries sustainably. In the future, stronger conservation and management measures will be needed to ensure that longline fishing for swordfish and tuna can remain a significant industry without harming the marine environment. Investing in research and development of new technologies can help optimize the efficiency of longline fishing while minimizing negative impacts on the environment.
Acá vamos al otro ladito, la otra bodeguita. Está ahí. Todo bien. Ya se ve tirando nomás como. Ahí está el compañero eléctrico, jalando su monito.
Technologies such as smart hooks, which use sensors to detect and avoid bycatch of unwanted species, and automated tracking systems, could be potential solutions. Indonesia needs to increase cooperation with other countries and international organizations in the management and conservation of marine resources. This could include participating in international agreements on large fish species protection and sustainable fisheries management initiatives.
Por acá, ya está casada la vuelta ya. 1, 2, 3 monos, compañero. Ahí está la buena pesca, compañero, la buena pesca. Acá trae el compañero eléctrico.
International cooperation can also help Indonesia access funding and technical assistance to improve fishing practices. Another important factor is raising awareness among fishermen about the importance of protecting the marine environment and sustainable fishing practices. Governments and NGOs can implement education and training programs to help fishermen better understand the challenges facing the fishing industry and the measures they can take to minimize negative impacts.
Otro por ahí, 1, 2 monarcas, vamos compañeros. Ahí viene. Ahí está el mono,
Swordfish and tuna longline fishing is an important and popular fishing method in Indonesia, bringing many economic benefits but also facing many challenges in terms of marine resource conservation. For the industry to develop sustainably, a combination of applying new technologies, strengthening international cooperation, and raising awareness about environmental protection is needed. Only then can Indonesia continue to exploit the potential of marine resources while protecting the ecological balance in its seas. Natural
Ahí está, compañeros, fila, están, parece tropa ya, fila, bonito. Ahí vamos señalando la pesquita.
conditions, including weather, ocean currents, and the spawning season of the target fish species, play an important role in determining the effectiveness of longline fishing. For example, yellowfin tuna and swordfish often move with ocean currents, and fishermen need to monitor these factors to determine potential fishing areas. Weather and climate, tropical storms, monsoons, and El Niño can have a major impact on fishing operations. In poor weather conditions, fishing operations can be disrupted, and fishermen face a higher risk of accidents. Conversely, periods of stable weather can facilitate high-yield fishing. Ocean currents influence the migration of tuna and swordfish. Indonesian fishermen often use sonar and geographic information systems, GIS, to monitor these currents and predict where fish will appear. Economic and social factors also have a strong impact on the longline industry. Market conditions, export prices, labor costs, and government support all affect fishermen's profits. Market prices, tuna and swordfish prices on the international market fluctuate according to supply and demand. Changes in consumer tastes, such as increased demand for premium seafood products in Japan and Europe, can drive strong growth in the fishing industry. However, prices can also be affected by factors such as competition from other countries, embargoes, and currency fluctuations. Labor costs. Although longline fishing requires less labor than other traditional methods, labor costs still account for a significant portion of a fisherman's operating costs. A shortage of skilled labor, or minimum wage policies, can increase production costs and reduce fishermen's profits. Government support. The Indonesian government has implemented a number of measures to support the fishing industry, including providing concessional loans, fuel subsidies, and technical training programs. These supports help fishermen improve productivity and increase their competitiveness in the international market. Management and conservation policies are important factors in ensuring the sustainability of Indonesia's fishing industry. Regulations on catch quotas, closed fishing zones, and environmental control measures all have a direct impact on longline fishing. Fishing quotas. The Indonesian government enforces fishing quotas to prevent overfishing and protect endangered fish species. Fishermen must comply with these regulations or face fines or loss of their licenses. No fishing zones. Certain areas of the sea around Indonesian islands are designated as no fishing zones to protect biodiversity and ensure the recovery of fish species. These no-fishing zones are often areas with particularly sensitive environments or that play an important role in the reproductive cycle of fish. Environmental control. The Indonesian fishing industry is facing pressure from international environmental organizations to adopt more sustainable practices in fishing. The government and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, have implemented programs to monitor and control the quality of the marine environment, in order to minimize the impact of fishing activities on the ecosystem. In the Maluku Islands, one of the key areas for longline fishing, fishermen have developed their own techniques and strategies to optimize their catches. They often work closely with oceanographers to monitor tuna and swordfish migrations, and combine traditional methods with modern technology. Using special hooks, to reduce the bycatch of non-target species, fishermen in Maluku have started using circle hooks instead of traditional hooks. This type of hook makes it easier for fish to swallow bait and reduces the mortality rate of non-target species when released back into the sea. Community cooperation. Fishermen here have also organized cooperatives, which help them share knowledge and experience, and increase their bargaining power when selling their products. These cooperatives also play an important role in monitoring and protecting local marine resources. In the Flores region, fishermen have taken advantage of ocean currents and local knowledge to improve the efficiency of their longline fishing. They often go on trips lasting 10 to 15 days, during which they constantly change fishing locations based on weather conditions and forecasted fish migration. Use of positioning technology. Fishing vessels in Flores are often equipped with satellite positioning systems, GPS, and modern fish finders, which help them identify areas with high fish densities. This technology not only increases catches but also reduces time and fuel costs. Environmental protection measures. Flores fishermen have participated in marine environmental protection programs, including participating in scientific surveys on the impact of fishing activities on local ecosystems. These efforts help raise awareness among fishermen about the importance of protecting marine resources and contribute to national conservation initiatives. Longline fishing not only provides income for thousands of fishermen but also creates jobs for many people in related industries, including processing, preserving, and transporting seafood products. This is especially important for coastal communities where fishing is a major source of livelihood. Seafood processing industry. Seafood processing plants in Indonesia have flourished thanks to the tuna and swordfish production from local waters. These plants not only provide jobs for people but also contribute to exports and national economic growth. Related service development. In addition to direct industries, fishing activities also promote the development of related services such as fuel supply, fishing vessel maintenance, and fishing gear supply. These services play an important role in supporting fishermen and ensuring the sustainability of the industry. Fishing, especially longline fishing, has become an integral part of the social and cultural life of many Indonesian coastal communities. It is not only a source of income but also a source of pride and family tradition, passed down through generations. Family tradition. In many communities, fishing is considered a family tradition, with skills and experience passed down from parents to children. These values have helped maintain community cohesion and preserve the traditional culture of coastal peoples. And beliefs often involve praying for a bountiful fishing season, safety, and protection from the dangers of the sea. These rituals not only provide spiritual comfort to fishermen but also strengthen community ties, creating a strong bond between people and nature. Sea festivals. Many coastal areas in Indonesia hold annual sea festivals, where people perform religious rituals to thank the sea gods and pray for a successful fishing year. These festivals are not only an occasion to honor fishing, but also an opportunity for communities to come together to celebrate and preserve traditional cultural values. Religion and beliefs. Many fishermen believe that the sea is the home of spirits and gods, so they often perform prayer rituals before going out to sea to ask for protection and shelter. These beliefs are not only part of the people's spiritual culture but also show respect for the sea and nature. To protect marine resources and ensure the sustainability of longline fishing, education and awareness raising for fishermen are important factors. The Indonesian government and NGOs have implemented many educational programs to provide fishermen with knowledge about sustainable fishing methods and the importance of protecting the marine environment. Fishermen training programs. Training programs have been organized to instruct fishermen on how to use new equipment, effective fishing methods that do not affect the environment, and how to minimize bycatch. These programs not only help fishermen improve their skills but also help them better understand their role in protecting marine resources. Communication and awareness campaigns. Communication campaigns through newspapers, television, and social media have also been implemented to raise public awareness about the importance of protecting the ocean. These campaigns focus on promoting sustainable fishing methods and minimizing impacts on the marine environment. The development of new technologies and techniques is an important factor in improving the efficiency of longline fishing while minimizing negative impacts on the environment. Smart hooks. New types of hooks have been developed to reduce bycatch, especially for non-target fish and marine life. Circle hooks, for example, have proven effective in reducing bycatch rates for species such as sea turtles and sharks. Satellite monitoring systems. Satellite monitoring technology has helped fishermen track and predict fish migration, thereby optimizing their catch. In addition, the system helps monitor the activities of fishing vessels, ensuring that they comply with regulations on fishing areas and fishing quotas. International cooperation plays an important role in the management and conservation of marine resources. Indonesia has participated in several international agreements on the protection of large fish species and sustainable fisheries initiatives. International agreements. Indonesia is a member of several international organizations and agreements on fisheries management, including the Western and Central Pacific Tuna Commission, WCPFC, and the International Commission for the Conservation of Atlantic Tunas, ICCAT. These organizations play an important role in providing regulations and recommendations on the management of tuna and swordfish stocks, helping to ensure that these resources are exploited sustainably. Regional cooperation programs. Indonesia has also participated in regional cooperation programs to protect marine resources and share experiences in fisheries management. These programs not only enhance cooperation between countries but also facilitate the sharing of new technologies and techniques. Swordfish and tuna longline fishing are an important part of the Indonesian fisheries sector, bringing significant economic benefits to the country and local communities. However, to ensure the sustainability of this industry, there must be a combination of applying conservation measures, developing new technologies, and raising awareness about protecting the marine environment. In the future, the fishing industry in Indonesia will face many challenges, including climate change, pressure from international markets, and strict requirements for environmental protection. However, with the commitment of the government, fishing communities, and international partners, Indonesia can absolutely continue to develop the fisheries industry sustainably and maintain its position as one of the world's leading countries in this field.
YouTube. Here.
Protecting and managing marine resources is not only the responsibility of the government and fishermen, but also the responsibility of society as a whole. Only when all stakeholders work together can we ensure that the ocean will continue to feed future generations without harming our precious marine ecosystems. To sustain and grow the longline industry sustainably, investment in research and development, R&D, is essential. Research institutions and the Indonesian government need to work closely to conduct research on target fish species, as well as the potential impacts of fishing on the environment. Fish population research, a better understanding of the reproductive cycles, migrations, and health of tuna and swordfish populations is essential for making effective management decisions. These studies can provide the data needed to adjust policies on fishing quotas and fishing areas. Developing new technologies. Investing in new technologies can help reduce the environmental impacts of fishing. For example, smart sensor technology can be used to automatically identify and release non-target fish, helping to reduce bycatch and protect endangered species. Effective management of fisheries resources is key to ensuring the sustainability of Indonesia's fisheries sector. This requires close coordination between regulatory agencies, fishermen, and NGOs. Ecosystem-based management. Rather than focusing solely on target fish species, ecosystem-based management considers the entire marine environment, including other species and environmental factors such as water quality and seabed structure. This approach helps ensure that fishing activities do not degrade the habitat of other fish and marine life. Strong monitoring and enforcement systems. It is important to establish strong monitoring systems to check compliance with regulations. This may include the use of satellite monitoring technology, port inspections, and inspections of fishing activities at sea. At the same time, there should be strict penalties for violations, such as overfishing or fishing in prohibited areas.